All right, ladies, back for week 3. I did make the same mistake I made a few months ago where when I started filming, I didn't have like your guys' copy. I had my rough draft that I do on Word and I didn't change the dates. So the first 2 weeks, I am saying the wrong date, but the date that's like labeled for the video and your workout sheets they do match. So just don't listen to what I'm saying for the date in those ones because I just didn't change them. It must have been from the previous month. So it has all the wrong dates. I have done that before. It's really annoying. I always do it when I don't have ink because I hate printing the papers, but I don't have to because this one has like a lot of color and like more stuff on it. So I just take the easy way out and then I mess up anyway. So anyways, these next 2 weeks will have the right dates. And it doesn't matter anyway because I'm posting a link for you. So whatever link I post for Monday is that week's Monday. So, and also these next 2 weeks, the videos should be a little bit shorter because the first 2 weeks we've gone over so many of the basic movements that a lot of things we're doing now are just variations of those same movements. So it should go pretty quick. I got my headband in today. I'm ready to rock. It is a little bit darker because it's like, right now we're having this like weird, like week of rain and like these storms. Like last night I like jumped out of my skin because there was such a crazy thunder thing happening and all this stuff. So it's funny because I film these and then you guys don't see it until like a month later. But if you remember, it was crazy. We had a lot of rain. So anyways, we're on Monday the 15th. We have 3 Tabata timers. So what that means is you're gonna go to the Tabata timer in our timer app and just hit start. So I kind of explain it for you on the page there. I want everybody to do 3 of them. If you want to move on and do 4, I'm just giving you like an idea of if you do 4 of them, that gives you 16 minutes worth of exercise because each Tabata is 4 minutes, okay? So that's why I wrote that, just so you have an idea. Like if you had a certain number in mind and you wanted to be like, all right, I want to get at least 15 minutes done, then you're going to have to do all 4. If you are like, I just want high intensity, but I don't really care how long it is, then you can just do the 3. So we have reverse planks, high knees, burpees and push-ups, Supermans, and tabletop crunches. So reverse plank, like that, and high knees. We have easy burpees. So that just means whatever's easy for you. So if I normally do full, I'm just gonna do the half. A lot of times when I'm doing them in these Tabata styles, I don't jump, I just stand and go. So I'm able to do it a little bit faster. If you normally do the half, you're just gonna do like probably off a height and just go as quick as you can. Push-ups, same idea. Like for this, I definitely do kneeling just because of my wrist. But something that you're gonna be able to keep up with. Even if you can do full push-up, you might eventually wanna drop to your knees because you don't wanna take too many breaks in between because the timer's only 20 seconds long. Superman's tabletop. Flip it over. And last one, jumping jack lateral hops. Jumping jack or step, and lateral hops. Okay, so I definitely wore the wrong pants for today. They're not supposed to fold or roll, and I'm gonna say they don't fold or roll, but they just like fall down. So that's annoying for a workout like this. We have reverse plank, high knees. So basically when you do these, like I said, you're gonna go to number 1, you're gonna hit start on your Tabata timer, and you'll notice there's 8 rounds. So you're gonna do first round planks, second round high knees, third round planks, fourth round high knees, fifth round planks, sixth round high knees, 7 round plank, 8 round high knees, okay? So you're just gonna alternate so each one gets done 4 times, okay? So reverse plank and high knees. So reverse plank is reverse of plank. So you're gonna be like this, and you're just gonna push up, like when we do bridges, up through your hips, squeeze your butt cheeks, just like this. This is your high plank. This is your reverse plank, okay? So it's basically like almost like a reverse high plank. So that one is definitely tougher than it seems. I have seen people do it down on their elbows, but I just feel like there's not enough space between like my body and the ground, so I typically do it up, but you could try it on your elbows, and high knees. So high knees, if you're somebody who can like jog or run, but you just can't do the impact of high knees, I would just either jog in place, or something, or just do like a little bit like, lower version. Regular high knees, you're aiming to bring your knees up as high to your chest as you can. So you want to do big up and drive your knee toward your chest. You still want to pump your arms. I notice that typically what happens when you're doing that is your upper body tends to lean back to give your knee more room to come up. So if I'm leaned forward, my knee can only come to here. When I open my chest back, my knee can come up higher. So I usually tend to lean a little bit back when I'm doing them and really pump my arms. And again, if you get tired, like I always start with regular high knees. Excuse me. I've got like the one side of my nose is like a faucet, postnasal drip at night, tickly throat, I've got all that. So anyways, so I usually do the high knees, and then if I get tired, I'll just bring it down for a couple seconds, then bring it back up, then bring it back down. So I always say, I probably already said it in one of the other weeks, I always try to do the hardest and the most, and then if I have to stop or drop down or whatever it is, I do. But then if I can go back up, then I go back up. So, if you can't, that's fine. But I always try and aim for like the highest, the hardest. And if I do have to slow down, I usually take a couple seconds, give it like a couple breaths or whatever it is. Maybe my arms or my legs are killing me. And then I try to start again. So that's your first Tabata timer. Your second Tabata timer is the burpees easy and push-ups. So we've kind of talked about both of these things before, but I just want to talk about the burpees part. So I put easy because I want you to do whatever version that you can do the fastest. So I can do full burpees, but I won't get as many done, or I won't be moving as fast as if I do a half burpee. So for me, I normally go all the way to the floor. I'm just gonna do the half burpee. So I reach my hands down, I jump out into high plank, I jump in, and then I stand up. So like I said, usually with these type of ones, I usually just stand because then I'm closer to the ground. Like instead of like taking the extra second to jump, I usually just do them like this when I'm doing it on a timer. Because like I said, I'm trying to get like as much movement, as fast as I can when I have these timers, especially the Tabata. It's only 20 seconds. So if you're on like the HIIT style one and you can pick 30 to 40 seconds, you have a lot more time. When you have this one where it's only 20 seconds, if you stop or take a break, the seconds that you miss count a lot because you only have 20. So if you happen to stop 2 different times and that equals 5 seconds, then that means you only did something for 15 seconds. You know what I mean? So the time is more important in the shorter timers. So if you're somebody who normally does a half burpee and you don't think you can keep up with it, you're gonna go to the chair. So you're just gonna down on the chair, out, in, up, down, out, in, up, down, out, in, up. And it's just kind of this just like repetitive little robot type thing. You just wanna do as much as you can, okay? And then the second part is push-ups. We've talked about this before, but again, because you are on the timer, you wanna make sure that you're getting as much work done. So if you kind of struggle with full push-ups or you just can't do a lot of them, you might wanna start with it and then drop down. Or for me, like I said, I've had the wrist issue. I'm just like terrible at push-ups now, unfortunately. I just start with the kneeling and I just focus on my form and I focus on making sure I get through the whole 20 seconds without stopping. So with that, all you really wanna make sure is that your butt's not up, it's not sunken down, it's nice centered in the middle with your spine. Lower everything together, back up. Lower everything together, up. Lower everything together, up. So for me, like I'm able to keep that going and I don't have to really stop. You could also bring up the chair. I always say this is not like the best chair for push-ups, but you could go off the height, you could kneel off of the height. Really any variation of push-up, even if it's like easy, you're still gonna feel it because we don't often do like chest movements like that. So it'll probably get tiring for you anyway, especially being on the timer. So it's not, even if you do like the easiest one, it's probably not going to be that easy. So whatever you can do is fine. Number 3 Tabata is Superman and tabletop crunches. So I can't remember if we talked about Supermans or not. I feel like we might have done maybe Superman rows. I'm not sure. So you're going to spread out and you're just going to basically lift your arms and legs off the ground at the same time, and you're basically balancing on your stomach. So you're going to lift like you're flying, like Superman, down, lift, down, lift, down. Okay, so if you've never done those before, it might feel really funny. I know like when I was at the gym, people always would be like, I don't feel like I'm doing it right. It feels so weird. It does feel weird. It looks even weirder when you're watching a group of like 15 people do it. It looks like they're like levitating, and it actually looks really like peaceful and cool, even though everybody's like dying. But so you probably will feel, or maybe not necessarily, depends. You might feel it in your lower back if you just are somebody who hasn't been working out a lot, or you've never really done these before. So don't be alarmed. Anytime you feel sore, that's fine. If it hurts, that's when you want to, you know, be careful, or, you know, and sometimes it's just that our muscles are really tight, and when you do movements like that you've never done before, it just makes them even tighter. So if you're finding that that's happening, just stretch a lot. I typically find it doesn't usually hurt too much when you're doing it. You'll probably notice it after. And then tabletop crunches. So these are our crunches. We just have our legs up like a tabletop. So that means your legs are kind of at like a 90 degree, and you can do it one of 2 ways. I usually start with my arms behind my head. I swing them around to touch my ankles, back down. Ankles, back down. So this is how I normally do mine. You can do it without the arm circles and just go here like this. That's fine too. It depends. Like with this one, I might take the arm swing out of it because it does slow it down. Like I can do it faster if I go here. If I want a little break, I'll add the arm in because it just kind of, you know, but also it gives you a little nice stretch. So it depends on what you're looking for. Anything that you do in any variation that I show you, they all have different purposes. So it's not necessarily that one way is just easier because it's just easier, in other ways harder. There's a lot of times where there's certain things where the easier version, like I said, that with that, it can just be used to help slow you down. It's not any easier. It's just adding that little extra motion kind of slows it down, but it also gives you a nice stretch. So there are some things, like if you're ever really sore and we're doing like deadlifts, like straight leg deadlifts, you could do them with totally no weight and it'll give you a really good stretch. So it's, you know, it depends on what you're looking for, what you need to do. And then number 4, if you opt to do it, is jumping jacks and lateral hops, which jumping jacks I don't have too much to say about. I always just say, just because it's easy, don't like do it chintzy. So you don't want to like do this. You want to do full arms, full legs, big jumping jacks. If you can't jump, you can step, 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 okay? And then for our lateral hops, you're gonna imagine like there's like something right here and that you're jumping over like a middle line. So jump, so you're jumping side to side, and I always swing my arms. That helps me. If you're somebody who can't jump, you could figure out something else out. Like you could kind of like do like a scooping step from side to side, something like that. If you can't figure it out, you can just message me. But again, if you do all 4, that gives you like 16 minutes, probably with your breaks in between. It'll probably end up being more like a 20-minute workout. But so it depends on how much time you have. If you're somebody who's not good with the high intensity stuff, you might only want to do 3. So that's up to you.